Y'all gotta get numbers up. I will continue to tell y'all. Just because you want to break up, it do not mean the other person want to break up. But that goes for both parties. It don't. You want to break up, male and or female, or you one person and the other person don't want to separate. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Watch your goddamn back.
Police say a 23-year-old woman was shot and killed inside of a Southwest Harris County home. The gunman, her ex-boyfriend, took his own life.
The young woman's family witnessed.
He died. Murder-suicide.
In the tragedy, it happened this afternoon on Rain Willow Court and Cranehurst Lane. KPRC2's Devin Clark is there now with the details. Devin?
What's she doing?
Bill Cian, in this situation, there are two families with broken hearts tonight. The yellow tape is gone, and the family of the 23-year-old woman who was killed has now been allowed back inside the home where it happened. They say they are too distraught to go on camera, but gave us a look into her life, and the woman, they say she was well on her way to becoming.
It was just a big surprise and shock to everybody.
News of a murder-suicide is rocking the neighborhood around Rain Willow Court in Southwest Harris County. Sheriff's Office investigators say a 22-year-old ex-boyfriend showed up at the home of who relatives have identified as 23-year-old Tamara Sawyer and
ex-boyfriend showed up. Here we go.
killed her, then himself around 3 p.m.
When he showed up, female allowed him in, took him into her bedroom where they were there for about 10 minutes. Other family members inside the house heard about 3 gunshots.
Officials say family rushed to the room to find Sawyer shot and the ex-boyfriend with a gun. After they left to call 911, more gunfire rang out.
And then went back and found both of them deceased.
About a month ago, family members say Sawyer ended the on and off again relationship with the man she had dated since high school, but they never knew him to be abusive.
When we hear about murder-suicides, is that we know that is the ultimate act of a perpetrator, an abuser, losing power and control over his victim. In this case, we may not know much, but we know from authorities that she wanted to leave.
Domestic abuse victims advocates say leaving is...
She say, so we know that she wanted to leave. Yeah.
often the most dangerous time in a relationship. Tonight, the Ohio native, said to be the baby of the family, studying nursing at HCC, will be remembered for her smarts, fashion sense, and her loving personality, as people in the community try to make sense of what happened.
I never know what certain people going through.
Investigators have not identified the 22-year-old man said to have pulled the trigger, and we want to remind everyone out there, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we will have information on resources for anyone dealing with domestic abuse on our website, click2houston.com.
Reporting that fly shit up.
Melcion, in this situation, there are two families with broken hearts tonight. The yellow tape is gone, and the family of the 23-year-old woman who was killed has now been allowed back inside the home where it happened. They say they are too distraught to go on camera, but gave us a look into her life, and the woman, they say she was well on her way to becoming.
It was just a big surprise and shock to everybody.
News of a murder-suicide is rocking the neighborhood around Rain Willow Court in Southwest Harris County. Sheriff's Office investigators say a 22-year-old ex-boyfriend showed up at the home of who relatives have identified as 23-year-old Tamara Sawyer.
Say Willie, she didn't want to leave. Say she took him to the room to hunt. I'm so glad you pointed that right there out. So, they had been broken up for like a month. And y'all know that's like really not a breakup, in case y'all don't know, because we still do be hunching within a month, you know what I'm saying? So she allowed him in the place of residence and go into the room. But you want to break up. It's over. Remember? A month ago. He still can come around and come inside. Y'all play too much.
And killed her, then himself around 3 p.m.
When he showed up, female allowed him in, took him into her bedroom where they were there for about 10 minutes. Other family members inside the house heard about 3 gunshots.
Officials say family rushed to the room to find Sawyer shot and the ex-boyfriend with a gun.
Can y'all stop? And I mean both parties. Can y'all stop pretending breakups? Y'all gotta stop pretending breakups. You have to have a way out when your ass wanna be out. Because if not, somebody will take your ass out because you wanna be out.
After they left to call 911, more gunfire rang out.
And then went back and found both of them deceased.
About a month ago, family members say Sawyer ended the on and off again relationship with the man she had dated since high school.
Stop. She did not end it. This is what we don't. I understand that that's what was told to y'all, so y'all have to repeat it like that right there. Right here, we're gonna break some shit down. Why when a lot of people break up, they really don't separate? Like, they don't break up. And I know, because this been going on way before I was born and shit. We play too much. It's very seldom that when somebody break up, they cut everything off. Bitch, don't come around me. Damn it, you can't see me and all that shit. A lot of people will move away. But we play. We break up with people and still be on the phone trying to explain some shit. Trying to still be nice and cordial and all that. Oh my God. No, nobody still talk to the person because the person is a good person. They just not for me. And then you end up with your picture on the t-shirt playing.
But they never knew him to be abusive.
When we hear about murder, suicide.
So they never heard about him being abusive. So why would she have broken up? Maybe he was tipping out. Maybe he was sowing his royal oats, and maybe she found out, and maybe she just didn't want to deal with a player no more because they've been together since high school. So it's probably about 5-6 year relationship and shit. You know what I'm saying? And remember, on and off. So they had them broke up multiple times. And this time, maybe she was serious, but undoubtedly she was not that serious because the whole month after she had them broke up, he still can come around and go in the room, close the door, and lock the door. Together.
To be abusive.
When we hear about murder suicides, is that we know that is the ultimate act of a perpetrator, an abuser, losing power and control over his victim.
Losing power and ultimate control over the victim. And I have to look at it like this right here. A lot of victims be playing with people's emotions. I keep trying to tell people relationships is like jobs, but a lot of people be like, no, Willie, because it's more emotional. You go through some things. Wouldn't you be really emotional about getting fired from your job? What's the difference? I know we can find little differences here and there, but damn it, I'm trying to make a point. When a company fire you, there's no come around and there's no let's talk about it, let's try to work on it. No. If you're trying to get your job back, you have to go through a representative type thing or a lawyer or like the HR department to try to fight your fired situation. Like that right there. But they not finna allow you to come around here and have these conversations. You can't even come back on the premises. This is where we mess up at. We have to break up and run. And sometimes that shit don't even work, but go ahead.
In this case, we may not know much, but...
Oh. Here is my point. Here's what I'm really trying to say. Watch. Y'all got to stop breaking up and trying to be friends. Stop it. You got to wait a while. You got to wait like over a year. You got to wait till that person damn near get married to somebody else. Go ahead.
We know from authorities that she wanted to leave.
Domestic abuse.
We know that she wanted to leave. And I'm explaining something to you. At some point, we all want to leave some damn body. But we choose to stay, which is a good thing because we got to keep families together and stuff like that right now. But we got to stop acting like people be really wanting to leave. Have you been on a job that you really wanted to leave? Like, every time I walk in this bitch, I get sick. Like that type of leave. And then what you do? You leave the job. You don't go back. No. You leave the goddamn job. It's done. Can't nobody persuade you to stay. It's done. And it's done. You stop going around there. You stop talking to your co-workers and shit like that right there because you don't work there no more. It's simple. But we play. We play with people too much.
Victims advocates say leaving is often the most dangerous time in a relationship.
Didn't I told y'all? Didn't I told y'all that it can get you killed? Breaking up can get you killed it. ED.
Tonight, the Ohio native, said to be the baby of the family, studying nursing at HCC, will be remembered for her smarts, fashion sense, and her loving personality as people in the community try to make sense of what happened.
Damn. I just wish that we knew more of the story. But listen, my advice around here at the Willie Williams Show, and we like to keep people together, stay in your domestic love relationship, stuff like that. But if you're gonna break up, you better mean it. It's kind of not good to do it by yourself. Don't do it when you at home alone and shit. You can do it with other people is at home, but like do it like in a room. Don't do it in front of people because that shit is embarrassing and you might get everybody knocked off. Don't break up with people if you know that they're carrying a weapon. Don't break up with people in the kitchen. I'm trying to help because there's tools and stuff like that to take you off earth. Do not do it. But the best way to break up with somebody, especially for females, if y'all trying to break up, y'all better send one of your friends or one of your ops at your man. Try to get them to link up, something like that right there, and then you cheated. You know what I'm saying? I would take you back, but you cheated with my friend, and or okay, we can be back together. I just get to smash one of your friends. I guarantee 99% of the dudes will say, well, we can't be back together. Either which way, you put your damn life in danger. Moving right along, y'all.